Welcome back to another segment of UNI TV, where we bring you the latest news on what's occurring in the UNI and Cedar Valley community. I'm Lynn Ta.
And I'm Luke Hansen. And tonight, we'll give you an inside look at things that impact our community, like music, sports, and even student loan debt.
Right now, from the University of Northern Iowa, this is UNI TV News.
Our first story for tonight. We all know spring, summer, fall, and winter, but don't forget about that dreaded tax season. Reporters Emily Morrison and Olivia Hoddle will tell you why tax season doesn't have to be gloomy for the Cedar Valley.
Everybody hates them, everybody has to do them, but here at UNI, you don't have to do them alone. The Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program offered here at UNI will assist anyone with an annual income of less than $58,000.
We're able to put together a quality return that makes it easier for them to process it. If the individuals do it on their own, sometimes the tax law, it's not that they can't do it, it's just the tax laws are so involved that people get confused and get frustrated when they do it.
Seniors and grad students majoring in accounting at UNI have taken an income tax class and have received additional training through a course that teaches them the electronic filing program.
The students are very intelligent and they know the tax law. They also have to go through a certification test that's put online by the IRS.
The students were very professional and they asked the right questions, and at the end of the day I ended up getting a refund every year, so they were doing something right.
Accounting senior Samantha Musgrove has been certified and says the program offers training that could not be achieved in the classroom alone.
You actually apply what you learn, and it's more interesting than just going to class and taking tests. Like, you actually get to interact with people.
VITA has existed here at UNI for over 20 years, and the program has many returning customers.
It's something that I took advantage of when I was a student here, and even a couple years after graduation. I lived in the Cedar Falls area, didn't have a lot of money, didn't want to pay an accountant. I didn't feel like I was qualified yet to do my own taxes, so just went there. They took care of everything. Didn't cost me a penny, and it was a wonderful service.
The family-friendly atmosphere is another benefit of the program.
We offer it kind of later into the night till 9, so people can go to work full-time, get their kids from school, and then come here. And we allow like full families just to come in here and hang out if they want.
Though some students had never even heard of VITA, they said they would be willing to take advantage of the free service in the future.
I'm a business major, so I could figure it out generally. But just knowing that I didn't mess anything up would be nice.
I have a lot of friends that are actually in like the accounting department or things like that, and I would trust them 100% with my taxes.
More information on the VITA program can be found at uni.edu. This has been Olivia Hoddle and Emily Morrison reporting for UNI TV.
When Panther fans walk into the Unidome, they can be sure the UNI Pep Band is there to build excitement and rouse up the crowd at the UNI basketball games. Reporter Sammy Mallow and myself have the inside scoop on what the organization is conducting.
Over 100 members of the University of Northern Iowa Pep Band are always on their feet for the UNI men's and women's basketball teams.
We get really into the game, and that atmosphere itself is a lot of fun.
This group, divided into two bands, Gold and Purple, draws in both music and non-music majors.
I chose to be in Pep Band because I love playing my clarinet.
What makes the UNI Pep Band so unique are the students. There's just a wide variety of majors and just people in general, personalities.
Pep Band isn't the only activity in these players' repertoire. You may also find many of these players out on the marching band field in the fall.
I think we have a lot of students that participate in both marching band and pep band. The marching band is a great organization for students to be a part of, but it's such a big group with 280 students that a lot of our students don't have a chance to meet everyone in the band. And what students usually tell me is that they like doing pep band because it's a smaller group, and because they get to meet people that they wouldn't otherwise meet in the middle of our marching band season.
I chose to be in pep band because I had a lot of fun in marching band my freshman year, and I knew a lot of the people were going to be in pep band that winter, and I kind of wanted to stay with them, so I was like, why not?
Marching band director and pep band supervisor Dr. Danny Gallion has also enjoyed the pep band experience.
I made a lot of friends, and it was fun to go at night to support the team and watch basketball and be a part of the community atmosphere there.
During the game, the pep band keeps the energy alive with pep band traditions.
There's a particular song we play at the end of the game that's always entertaining, no matter if we win or lose. That's always a good time. And then there's other things like just heckling the other team when they're shooting a foul shot. I think that's rather humorous, but you know, it's all in good fun and humor.
I really like playing that song a lot. There is already a lot of tradition with the visuals, especially going into that song before I even came here, that it's really great that we can keep that going.
Through pep band, members bond together and build a community.
The fact that we can all come together for one purpose, and that purpose is just to entertain and to be a very big spirited energy in the basketball arena.
Definitely the people, it's definitely the atmosphere. It's feeling like you're a part of something.
I have made great friendships through the UNI Pep Band. The UNI Pep Band is a family, and so I think that that's definitely makes it unique.
Basketball fans with the time and talent should consider joining the UNI Pep Band next season.
It's a great place to meet people and to get along with them and create this wonderful environment that we create.
I would recommend people to join pep band because if you don't want to put in the time commitment of marching band, this still gives you a great opportunity to meet a bunch of great people, play music, do what you love. And if you want to join pep band, then you need to talk to either Dr. Gallion or one of the graduate assistants that direct it for more information.
This has been Sammy Mallow
and Luke Hansen reporting for
UNI TV.
Have you ever caught yourself thinking, what am I doing with my college career? What's something actually fun I can get involved in on campus? Look no further than Cedar River Productions, or as many know it as CRP. It's the perfect way to gain experience with on-camera acting, learn how to shoot promotional videos, commercials, or short films, and boost your confidence in editing with Adobe Premiere. Come check out one of our CRP meetings every Thursday at 6 p.m. in the Performing Studio of Lang Hall, or like our Facebook page, Cedar River Productions, for the latest updates.
UNI's track and field team had a strong showing at the 2014 Unidome Track and Field Open. Here to talk about the event are correspondents Nate Grieve and Bryce Berger.
With the Missouri Valley Conference Championships approaching, the Panthers had an opportunity to warm up at the Unidome Open on February 21st. Field events began with the women's weight throw at 1 o'clock, while running events began at 3 o'clock with the men's 60-meter hurdles. The event lasted until nearly 6 p.m. Competing schools included Iowa State University, Luther College, and some athletes competed unattached to a university. The Panthers had plenty of talent on hand. 10 women and 7 men were ranked in the top 5 for their individual events in the Missouri Valley Conference. 4 of these athletes are ranked in the top 50 in the country. As the Open is not a regular track meet, there are no standings, with individual efforts taking the spotlight. Runner Sebastian Barth returned from injury for his first event this spring. He ran the 60-meter hurdles, winning in 8.02 seconds. Throwers Matt Schiffer and Brad Walski each set personal records with 19.44 meters in the 35-pound weight throw and 16.99 meters in the shot put, respectively. The Missouri Valley Conference Championships will be held in the Dome on March 1st and 2nd. The Panther squad looks strong as they look forward to the upcoming MVC Championships. For UNI TV, I'm Nathan Grieve.
UNI and ISU are merging students from both universities as they go on a once-in-a-lifetime pay-it-forward tour down to Jacksonville, Florida this spring break. Here's reporter A.C. Glassford with the story.
Students Today, Leaders Forever, also known as STLF, is in its second year here at UNI. I sat down with a few of the core members to see what this organization is all about.
What we do is we are a group of 45 college students that take our spring break trip to a different place in the United States.
It's based around service and leadership. So what you do is 6 cities over 9 days, and you get on a bus and you're traveling around and you're doing service projects in the morning, and then get on the bus and you travel to the next city and you do activities at night to strengthen you as a person and as a group.
Seth Caffrey was one of the people who helped get this organization started here at UNI.
First found out about it through my brother, who goes to the University of Minnesota. and he led a high school tour that I went on, and I loved it so much that I decided to bring it to UNI because they didn't have it at the time. And so I got in contact with a fellow student who wanted to get started, and we contacted Nationals, who kind of run the whole operation, and then they helped us get it started. And basically our first year, we got a bunch of people who involved who wanted to go on or lead the trip for the next year, and went on a pay-it-forward tour with Illinois State over their spring break, and kind of try to see how the tour works and how things go, and kind of also ask them questions about leading a tour and kind of organizing it and getting it started. And that kind of helped cement kind of more background into STLF. And then the next year, we were able to make and lead a tour.
The Corps members have a lot of responsibilities to take care of to ensure that the tour goes smoothly.
We are in charge of planning the whole entire trip, which means we plan the route to our celebration city, and then we plan the service that we do, we plan where we're going to stay at.
Facilitate the night activities and the icebreakers.
Find bus driver hotels, and you're also in charge of booking a bus.
The Corps members also spend a lot of time recruiting other students to go on this trip.
We've done a lot of Facebook, Twitter. Tour Tuesdays has been our big push, where we take pictures from our last year's tour and we put them on Facebook advertising, saying, hey, this is what we're doing, trying to get people to come to our meetings that we've advertised on Facebook.
Recruitment it's very hard when you're starting out to get the word out. I remember our first year it was pretty hard to get people aware and excited for it. What you can do is, I don't know if your university has a newsletter, you could do it that way. A newspaper that the university has, you can do it. You can do table tents, where basically just set up little papers about the tour. You also do flyers, hang up posters.
Recruitment meeting, we tell them where we're going, what we're doing, what we're all about, and then just Q&A session.
STLF does numerous amounts of different volunteer projects.
It ranges from about anything that needs to be done. Usually you can work with like boys, girls' homes, veterans' homes. You can do gardening. You can do anything for a nonprofit organization.
We went to Spofford Home, which is like a children's home for like kids who have been like either abused or abandoned. So we hung out with them and did crafts and stuff and games with them. And then we've also planted trees. We went to the Houston Food Bank.
Typical day on the STLF trip has a lot of different parts to it.
Well, in the morning you'd get up pretty early, around 7, depending on how far away your service project is. And you'd get there usually around 8, do the project for 3 or 4 hours, then have lunch at that service site, and then you would get on the bus, head to the next location, and do sightseeing or tourism along the way, possibly. And then you would get to the housing site, everybody unload, get kind of settled in, and then you do the nighttime activity icebreakers. And then after that, it's free time for people to just mingle or go to sleep or whatever they want to do.
This year's tour will leave from Cedar Falls on Friday, March 14th. The cities that will be visited are Chicago, Illinois, Louisville, Kentucky, Knoxville, Tennessee, Columbia, South Carolina, Edisto Beach, South Carolina, and lastly, Jacksonville, Florida. There is a lot of excitement to get away from this cold weather here in Iowa.
I am super pumped to go to Jacksonville, Florida this year. It is a nice change of weather because it's been super cold here, and I'm tired of being cold. It's made me sick, as you can maybe tell right now.
I'm very excited to go to Jacksonville because it's warm. Yeah, I get to go to the beach, really like that. Just any place that's warm, warmer than Iowa, I guess.
Be sure to check out STLF's Facebook and Twitter page and sign up for the trip. For UNI TV, I'm AC Glassford.
For more than 125 years, programs in the College of Humanities, Arts, and Sciences have formed a cornerstone at the University of Northern Iowa. Students can pursue a degree in a range of majors that cater to their interests and provide career preparation. Chaz majors enjoy the best of two worlds, the opportunities and state-of-the-art facilities of a larger university with the connection to faculty and hands-on experience of a smaller school. Together, we can build a foundation that will prepare you for your future.
After a long day at work, many adults like to unwind with a cold, refreshing beer. However, most people don't consider what exactly goes into the beer they are drinking. Mike Hudson set out to learn more about brewing at a local establishment in Waterloo.
Since the discovery of beer thousands of years ago, mankind has been obsessed with finding new methods of making it. In today's age, anyone is capable of starting their own home brewery at very little cost. This is how Ty Graham got his start and eventually developed it into what it is today, Guerrilla Brewing Company.
We got tired of mainstream beers telling us that your IPA has to be this many IBUs and can't be above 7.5 and has to be under this and your brown has to be this. You know, we're like, you know what? It doesn't have to be that way. You're not going to tell me what I like and what I don't like.
Companies like Budweiser still may hold the title as America's favorite beer, but thanks to the rise of independent craft brewers, beer enthusiasts now have a huge variety of unique, handcrafted beer to select from.
So basically, we do what we want to do, how we want to do it. That's how we're doing things, and that's what it means to be guerrilla. You know, you're out there and you're making things happen. You're not waiting for things to happen. You're out there making things happen, and that's what we're doing here. That's the whole idea behind our brewery, is thinking outside of the box unconventionally and making things happen. Every beer manufacturer has a character. It has a certain existence, right? The Evil Twin beers, for example, I can tell an Evil Twin beer 7 out of 10 times. Our beer, you put our beer up and it's got a certain something. Due to the quality of our water, the amount and types of ingredients that we're putting in, and then just our character that we put into the beer, you can taste a Guerrilla beer.
Beer contains 4 essential ingredients: water, barley, hops, and yeast. But since there are countless ways to brew in order to create different flavors, brewers like Ty view the process as an art form.
We come up with an idea and then we just mold it and shape it, come up with a recipe, and try to develop the idea into a product. So then from the product you have a basic recipe. It's like baking a cake. You want to make a yellow cake, it takes this X type of ingredients. You want to make a devil food cake, an angel food cake, whatever. Beers are the same way. So you have to have a certain type of malt and a certain amount of malts. You have to have a certain type of hops. You want to make sure your water profile is solid. So you put that recipe together. Once you put the recipe together, you combine your ingredients in a certain style, certain process at a certain timing. You cook them, you steep them. Once you put the yeast in, it becomes beer. Each one has its own character. It has its own essence of what it is. Ours is, you know, it's got a certain amount of attitude in it.
I asked Ty for some tips on how to get started making my own beer.
Pay attention to your numbers. Shoot for what your numbers are. Stay clean, 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 clean. But don't lose sight of the fact that it's supposed to be fun. And this is an extremely creative, artful process. Quite frankly, people can go get beer anywhere they want. You can go down to 7-Eleven or whatever and get beer. I want people to come here because it's something special, not because it's something that you can get anywhere. We tap a new keg every Thursday, 5 o'clock. We have for the last 2.5 years. If you're not drinking this, what are you drinking?
Here's some news that students' pocketbooks can cheer about. The student loan debt at UNI is continuing to decrease. Here's reporter Dakota Funk with more on a program which advocates educating students on their finances.
The student loan debt here at UNI has decreased by 10% from where it was 3 years ago. Loan counseling and the Teach Grant have been some of the contributors of the debt decrease, but one of the main programs which has contributed to the student loan debt decreasing here at UNI has been the Live Like a Student program.
I thought that it gave just a really great overview of financial aid, whether you knew a lot about financial aid or whether you were brand new to it.
The Live Like a Student program is a 3-week course in which students learn about budgeting, loan indebtedness, and borrowing loans in their college career, as well as credit, credit card, and identity protection. One of the students who took the course last semester talked about her experiences and what she got out of the class.
They taught me a lot of practical, I thought, real-life application strategies that I still use today. Before, I hadn't really been writing down what I was spending every day, and little things like that really helped me and made me more knowledgeable about the finances that I was spending. It also taught us how to engage in social activities in college without spending money, which is something that we all, it's difficult to do. But the teacher taught us that it is possible, and there are other ways of doing it, and there are ways of living within your means as a college student.
The Live Like a Student program is taught by students in the Office of Financial Aid. Tim Bakula, who works in the Office of Financial Aid, encourages students to be smart about their borrowing.
We really encourage students, even if you're a freshman or sophomore, to begin looking at how much have I borrowed and where will this lead me in 3 or 4 years upon graduation there, rather than looking at it during your last semester of college. So oftentimes we'll have very interested freshmen and sophomores in this now because they've heard about Live Like a Student, or they've taken a Teach Grant, and they want to know, what impact will this have for me?
Being cautious of your spending is what the program advocates.
It's never something that you master. There's always something there that you can get better at, and that's what the class was encouraging you to do. You don't have to be the best. You just work towards being better with your money, especially as a college student when this part in your life is so important and you have so many financial issues at this point in your life.
The Office of Financial Aid continues to offer the Live Like a Student program and hopes to continue to educate more students on their financial future. Reporting for UNI TV, I'm Dakota Funk.
Hello, my name is Dwight Watson. I'm the Dean of the College of Education at the University of Northern Iowa. At the University of Northern Iowa, we are excited about preparing teachers and educators and people who provide services throughout the community. Our goal is to educate, serve, and lead. I'm excited about the opportunities that are in my College of Education. If you're interested in becoming a leader, a teacher, or a service provider, come to the University of Northern Iowa.
Man's best friend isn't just a cuddly pet. In this next segment, I visited Retrieving Freedom in Waverly, where they show us how dogs can assist veterans with PTSD and other disorders. While dogs are typically thought of as cute pets, at Retrieving Freedom in Waverly, Man's best friend helps veterans turn on a light both literally and emotionally. UNI student and veteran Phil Anderson wasn't sure what to think when he first met his service dog, Oreo.
At the time, I was kind of like, because I was going through some depression at the time, and I really didn't think anything would help. And then I was like, might as well just give it a try, and I did, and it's been the best thing that ever happened to me. At night, I had trouble sleeping a lot, and with him, I have the best sleeps of my life because I know I'm being watched over.
Scott Dewey started the nonprofit organization as a place to train and provide dogs for veterans dealing with mental and physical disabilities and for children with autism.
Hands down, my favorite part is watching the connection between the dogs and the individuals getting the dogs. Because everyone is different, every story is different, but a lot of times the results all come out kind of the same, of that really cool new feel of a buddy, a companion, an individual that can actually increase the independence back into their lives.
Though veteran Bob Hayes started working with tags only a month and a half ago, he already feels an immense bond with the dog.
It's hard to see and realize things that are going on with veterans when they come back with post-traumatic stress disorder or any kind of disability. The dogs are unbelievable. Like they always say, they don't judge you, they don't care about anything. They put a smile on people's faces. It's unexplainable almost in words, the joy that I feel now. From where I was at about 2 months ago till now, I feel like I have completely changed my whole outlook on life, and it's just a very remarkable thing that they're doing here. It is the best thing ever, honestly, I think, in my own words. Tags kind of, I don't know, we just kind of got paired together, and for me it was mobility issue because I walk with a cane, and he's got a bigger bone structure and he's a little taller, so it helps me out quite a bit, and we kind of, ever since then, been working together, I guess.
Murphy gets me out, and I lost 26 pounds because of Murphy. I get out, and otherwise I stood in the house, and for the first time here the other day, I sat in a restaurant out in the middle. I usually, without Murphy, I always found a corner seat with a wall behind me, and Murphy watched my back, and that was a big plus.
Freedom isn't free, however. The organization is trying to move into a bigger facility in Waverly and still needs $40,000 to make that goal happen. People interested in helping Retrieving Freedom can make donations through their website at retrievingfreedom.org, or they can help train a service dog. For UNI TV, this is Lynn Taw.
The UNI men's hockey team made their first public appearance of the season in Cedar Rapids when they took part in the Winter Iowa Games. With more on this trip, here's reporter Mike Lieb.
In February, the UNI men's hockey team took to the Cedar Rapids Ice Arena to participate in the 2014 Winter Iowa Games. These were the very first games of the 2014 season for the team, which after a 2-year absence for the club team was recently resurrected under the help of UNI students Brian Delaney and Alex Jordan this last December.
A lot of us play together in adult hockey down at Young Arena on Waterloo, and a lot of the guys I think knew each other from class from UNI and decided that we might as well get something together. Well, a month ago it was about the time that I got the phone call and was asked, and I was told about around then that we were going to play in the Iowa Games. So there was, I think, about 5 players on our team that never skated in a competition or a competitive game before. But we spent a lot of time practicing at the rink, and then also the team got together after hours and skated on outdoor ice and stayed committed to that.
In the first round, the Panthers came back from a 3-goal deficit, led by Austin Helgeson, who scored 3 goals for a hat trick against the Cedar Rapids Summit Fire to end with an 8-8 tie. Alex Jordan and Connor Weber also put up 2 goals apiece. In the second game of the tournament, the Panthers played a competitive game against Davenport in which big goals by senior Eric Hess, junior Mike Lieb, and sophomore Alex Jordan put the Panthers on top 5-3, with goaltender Jordan Sheely making huge saves along the way. Going into the bronze medal game Sunday against the Quad City Artillery, the guys battled, fought hard, and protected their lead to win 3-2 and walk away with the bronze. The Panthers were led by goals from Alex Hess, Connor Weber, and Billy Demery.
Intense competition, everybody chipped in, played great position, played their parts, and that's the reason why we won the third game. I really, truly believe that's a reason why we went out there and succeeded in any way at all, is the fact that everybody had fun. They had one goal every time we went out there. After every shift, it might have been rough and tough and we're shaking our heads, but we got back at it and we went and had fun.
It was an overall good tournament. We had a lot of competition that was good, and for a lot of us, this was our first tournament, so it was a good learning experience for a lot of us. So.
But when you play teams that you've never met before, that you've never played against before, and you don't know their style, and then you take in what they have and play against them and use their strengths against them, and yeah, I think that's where we should probably capitalize on is embracing the context, the resources of the people that we've met here, and try to get more games set up.
Keep an eye out for the Panther hockey team as they continue to play throughout the semester.
Have you ever caught yourself thinking, what am I doing with my college career? What's something actually fun I can get involved in on campus? Look no further than Cedar River Productions, or as many know it as CRP. It's the perfect way to gain experience with on-camera acting, learn how to shoot promotional videos, commercials, or short films, and boost your confidence in editing with Adobe Premiere. Come check out one of our CRP meetings every Thursday at 6 p.m. in the Performing Studio of Lang Hall or like our Facebook page, Cedar River Productions, for the latest updates.
Everyone is always wondering about the best living situations for college students. Reporter Margot Sturgis gives us a closer look at the options.
Dorms, apartments, houses. Deciding on where to live during college can be a struggle. I talked with 3 UNI students who have lived both on and off campus to help give you some advice to make your decision easier.
I really like living off campus. It's allowed me to be more independent, and I've had a lot more freedom. But with that being said, the dorms are definitely necessary.
I like living in the apartments because you get a little bit more freedom. You get a little bit more room to yourself. You get your own room. You don't have a roommate. You're not stuck in a little 10 by 10 room or anything like that. You don't have to share anything if you don't want to, but definitely liked living in the apartments better.
I liked living off campus more. I did like that I didn't have to drive while I was living on campus, but I have a lot more freedom living off campus, and I'm a lot more in my own space.
If you are looking at living in the dorms, there are a few things you can look forward to.
It's really easy to adapt from high school to college. When you start off in the dorms, you're right next to campus. You don't have to necessarily worry about house payments or any kind of that stuff.
The best part about living in the dorms was meeting friends. You always had somebody new to meet.
The best part about living in the dorms would be just walking to class, and also that you have meal plans. That's kind of nice. You don't have to cook all the time.
All 3 students favored off-campus living, but they also all agree that the dorms are a great start for new students.
I think everyone should try living in the dorms at least once. I'm glad to say that I did it, but I wouldn't want to do it again.
If they were going to live somewhere in their freshman year, they should choose the dorms because you get to meet new friends, and that's probably pretty critical when you're coming to school.
I would strongly advise living in the dorms your freshman year. Like I said, it allows you to meet so many people. It allows you to adapt quickly and easily. Everything's right there, from student centers to cafeterias. And I mean, you build relationships with people in your dorm floors that last a lifetime.
For UNI TV, I'm Margot Sturgis.
Thanks for tuning in to UNI TV, where we provide you with the latest news about UNI and the Cedar Valley. I'm Luke Hansen.
And I'm Lynn Taw, and we hope you have a classy day, UNI.